Hello, I'm Byran Painter, columnist of the Oklahoman, and today I'm joined by Chris Fiebrich, manager of the Oklahoma Mesonet. Thanks for joining me, Chris. Chris, please first give me a brief overview of what the Oklahoma Mesonet system is and how it works.
Okay. Well, the Oklahoma Mesonet is the first and only environmental monitoring network of its size and scope anywhere in the world. And what's unique about it is that we have 120 weather stations across the state, at least one in each county, that are measuring the local weather data. And each site is transmitting that data to us every 5 minutes. So within about 5 minutes, we can get that data out on our website to the public and to decision makers around the state.
Right. How can information from the Mesonet serve citizens on a daily basis?
Well, we have a lot of products on our website. Our public site is mesonet.org, and the general public can track things like the rainfall totals in their area, or the air temperatures, the wind gusts, things like that. But then decision makers can use the data to track severe weather. Electric utilities can monitor where fronts are located. Agricultural users can look at soil moisture conditions. They can look at some of our agricultural models that use the local weather data to predict what stage certain insects or certain things might be affecting their crops. So it's really good because it's always giving you up-to-date information.
You kind of already touched on this, but we're in October now, and to say we have diverse weather in Oklahoma, that holds true for every month, but Oklahoma, October is especially true. We can have everything from floods to freezes and so on. And what role does the Mesonet play in storing historical data as well as tracking trends in weather?
Mm-hmm. Well, the Oklahoma Mesonet, we were commissioned in 1994, and since then we have 5-minute resolution data from just about anywhere in the state. So that totals close to 4 billion observations. And our climatologists and scientists back at the Oklahoma Climate Survey can use that real-time Mesonet data and merge it with historical data and with data from other sources to put today's weather into a historical context. So they can look at trends and see how this day compares to last week or last month or last October. And it's really exciting and unique for me as a meteorologist. We in Oklahoma have just about the wildest weather you could ask for. And whether you're looking at a climate scale, for instance, last year was the wettest year on record for Oklahoma. But then as you're looking at the Mesonet data and the real-time data, we find things that we never knew were happening around the state. For instance, there's a phenomenon called a heat burst that meteorologists knew about, but we didn't know how frequently they occurred. And what happens is when a thunderstorm collapses and sends a rush of warm air to the surface, and in some locations you can get temperatures go above 100 degrees in the middle of the night. And with the Oklahoma Mesonet, we see that these really aren't that rare across Oklahoma. We've documented hundreds of cases where they've affected local communities around the state.
Really?
So there's a lot of really unique things you can get out of the Oklahoma Mesonet.
So it's just a spike in temperature all of a sudden in the middle of the night when we probably wouldn't even know it.
Exactly, because the thunderstorm is collapsing, so you don't have the rain that goes along with it, but you have the high winds and the high temperatures. Another really neat thing that kind of borders on climate and real-time weather, I remember the devastating ice storms last December that hit the metro area. And I was in Norman, without power and with a lot of damage. But looking at the Mesonet, I could see that just a county away, temperatures were in the 40s, and they were completely unaffected, And it really opens my eyes to how challenging forecasting can be, especially in this part of the country.
Right. That's very fascinating. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.